All the fruits that we're reaping came from seeds that once Sheikh Zayed planted.
If I'm gonna define culture, I think our culture is based on a set of values.
I think what Emiratis have, what the other Arabs don't, is Sheikh Zayed.
They always felt as if the father figure for every Emirati in this nation. I don't like the word expat.
Now we're Emirati. Well, now we're two Emiratis sitting and talking. This is the kandura, what you're wearing.
Yeah.
Is it like every Emirate has a different pattern? If you're in Dubai Mall, can you spot which Emiratis from which?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, other countries in the region, every country
Kuwait,
has
Bahrain,
a dialect.
Saudi.
Sometimes it's hard for us to understand what they're saying, but there is a common dialect that we usually use.
So you both will switch into standard Arabic.
Tone it down a bit so that we understand each other.
How did you feel when this happened? Like, did you feel angry that this is happening?
I felt a bit disappointed. Why do we have to do this? Our country has been a great beacon for diplomacy and safety.
Yeah, the Emirati version of Zeus's law.
As part of our culture and tradition, regardless of who the person is, what his background is, what his religion is, we don't really care about that. He's a guest in our country and we respect him regardless.
That's what I've noticed. Emiratis are very chilled out. So because they're chilled out, we shouldn't abuse it. Like Zeus's law in the Odyssey. All of them are rich. They have amazing cars and palaces. Is that true?
It's a true stereotype. It's a true stereotype that, it exists, but not every Emirati is rich.
But you're doing well, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah. I wanted to ask you, since you have the outside perspective on Emirati culture, what is something that always fascinates you?
Everyone's scared of Emiratis. I was never scared.
Okay. I'm not going to say the full story. Okay, so it was a good learning experience.
Welcome to Brokers Roundtable episode 2. This is a rectangular table, but I have a very special guest today because I wanted to talk about something that's less about real estate, because real estate perspective is informed by the economy, which is informed by the culture, which is informed by the leadership, and there's a lot of things to talk about, and I have here with me today Hasan. I'd love for you to introduce yourself.
My pleasure to be here. So my name is Hasan Al-Nuaimi. I've been working in the real estate industry for the past around 3 years. We were previously working under a company, but we established our own company recently.
Amazing, Mabruk.
Thank you very much. I'm Emirati as well, and it's my pleasure to be talking about my country and our culture and sending the message across.
Okay. The way I've divided this podcast is we have different sections. So first we're going to talk about the Emirati culture, then how the Emiratis view the expats, and then the stereotypes about Emiratis, and we'll get into that, and then the situation, and then lastly about real estate. So how do I understand Emirati culture? Like, how is it? Because there's so many similarities with Arab culture, and then they overlap. Actually, if you want to talk about overlap, Emirati culture also overlaps with Indian culture, actually, which I've noticed. But how do you define Emirati culture?
So I think there's no straightforward answer to this question. It's a very deep and tough question, but if I'm going to define culture, I think our culture is based on a set of values that we have as Emirati. And those values are respect, religion, tradition. In this case, religion is, as Muslims, a lot of our tradition and a lot of our cultures come from this historic background in Islam and the religion in Islam.
Yeah.
So I think this will be the main values that we have as Emiratis: respect, tradition, being also very humility. Like, it's one of our main values, and those are the values that we have, and those are the values that we represent, and those are the values that set the way we live and define our culture. I would say.
I think what I notice is there's a lot of similarities in the region with the culture, because, of course, the main thing is the same, the religion, and then that informs the culture. But I think what Emiratis have, what the other Arabs don't, is Sheikh Zayed. So I think I just want to understand from your perspective, what do you think the role is for Sheikh Zayed? But before I get into that, I just want to know when do I say His Excellency and His Highness? And can you tell me how to use those words?
Okay, so His Highness is usually referred, we refer to His Highness or Her Highness, to members of the ruling family and the leaders of every emirate and the country.
Okay.
And His Excellency is usually for
Cabinet.
government ministers, and usually it's never, like, it always has to be by decree. So you wouldn't go calling anyone His Excellency or Her Excellency. It has to be like it's published on the official gazette and it's announced. And usually, as I mentioned, it's for members of the cabinet and certain high-ranking officials.
Okay. So I guess let me reframe that then. What do you think is the role of His Highness Sheikh Zayed in the culture of the UAE?
Yeah. So His Highness Sheikh Zayed set the standard for a lot of our cultures and our traditions and the way that we are supposed to he set the standard and the concrete for the Emirati culture in the present and the modern era. So before that, I would like to tell you who is Sheikh Zayed and who is.
Yeah.
So Sheikh Zayed was the founding father of the United Arab Emirates. He helped unify the country from being 7 different emirates into one country. And a lot of people consider him the founding father and the father to many of they consider him as a father figure to many Emiratis. And
they call him Baba Zayed.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people call him Baba Zayed, and especially they always felt as if it's the father figure for every Emirati in this nation. And he taught us a lot about how we have to respect different people, different backgrounds, different traditions and culture, and how it's important for us to coexist in this country. And he was the foundation of this country, I would say it.
Yeah. Because for the research of the podcast, I've been researching him a lot.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing a lot of interesting clips. So, for example, there was a Pakistani trader.
मेरा नाम है अकबर खान. मैं पाकिस्तानी हूँ और कराची में रहते हूँ, लेकिन मुझे तकरीबन यहाँ 18-20 साल हुआ है. जब मेरे मामू ने ये दुकान शुरू किया था उस टाइम में, फिर ये लोग क्या करके ये बर्तन या कोई से सामान सर में रख करके जाके गांव में बेचते थे. फिर गांव में बेचने के बाद फिर ये लोग यहाँ पे सामान रखते थे. फिर ये थोड़ा बहुत रख के फिर शेख ज़ैद आया था. जब बोला अभी आप लोग यहाँ पे क्या रखते, हम लोग बोला हम लोग सामान दिन में बेचने के लिए लेके जाते हैं, रात को हम लोग यहाँ रहते हैं. बोला अच्छा आप लोगों को गर्मी लगती है? हमने बोला हाँ गर्मी लगती है, और पानी की जो सहूलत है हमें वो कुछ नहीं है. फिर हम लोग सोचा हम लोग के गरीब तबके हैं तो हम लोग को कौन बना के देगा. फिर बाबा बोला नहीं मैं बाबा खुद बना के दूँगा आप लोग. फिर वहाँ हम लोग को एक छप्परा बना के दिया था, एक सामान रखने के लिए, एक हम लोग के लिए बैठने के लिए दिया था. फिर हम लोग तकरीबन 15 साल तक या 12 साल तक हम लोग वो चलाए, लेकिन बगैर किराए पे. 20-15-20 साल तक बगैर किराए पे, कोई किराए में हम लोग नहीं दिए थे. फिर गया था लंदन, पता नहीं अमेरिका, वहाँ अपना इलाज कर. फिर हमें यहाँ पता चला लोगों के ज़रिए में कि बाबा बीमार है, बाबा के लिए दुआ करो. फिर लोग जाके वहाँ मस्जिदों में नफिल पढ़ते थे, क्योंकि इस तरह के लीडर और मुझे इस्लामी मुल्कों में मेरी अंदाज़ में बहुत कम मिलते हैं. क्योंकि हर लोगों से आम खास खुद उसकी ताक़ करना और ख़ुद लोगों से पूछना कि आपके क्या हालात है क्या. फिर जब वहाँ से अल्लाह ने उसको सलामत रखा, फिर वापस आया यहाँ पे. फिर हम लोग कारपेट निकाल दिया, ये थर्मस वगैरह कोई सेट बना दिया है. फिर हम लोग सब यहाँ पे लाइन पे खड़ा हो गए थे. फिर वो खुद में हाथ रहते ऐसा हिला करे. फिर हम लोग बोला मुझसे मिलने के लिए, ताकि वे पुलिस बोल रहे हैं तो नहीं हम आप लोगों को मिलने के नहीं. फिर बाबा ने बोला नहीं ये लोगों को छोड़ो, ये हमारे अपने लोग हैं, क्योंकि ये पुराने लोग हैं. फिर हम लोग उसके जाके खुद मिले थे. बोला आप लोग कैसे हैं, खैरियत हैं? कोई खैरियत जो पूछा था कि हाल वाल है, कोई तकलीफ़ मेरी तरफ से या मेरी हुकूमत की तरफ से आप लोग कुछ नहीं हो रहा. हमने बोला बाबा बस आपको अल्लाह सलामत रखे, आपको अल्लाह सेहत दे, तो इंशाल्लाह हमें कोई नहीं होगा. और फिर उसके बाद बाबा होने के इंतकाल करने से बाद फिर लोगों को दुख तो ज़ाहिर है पहुँचता है. इतना लीडर ज़ाहिर आदमी को मिलता तो कम है, लेकिन अभी गरीब लोग ये कह सकते हैं उसके के लिए दुआ कर सकते हैं. फिर लोगों ने हर किसी के घर में भी लड़के पैदा होते हैं तो बाबा ज़ैद के नाम उठाया. और मैं ख़ुद खासकर जो मेरी अपना बच्चा है उसके नाम भी मैंने ज़ैद रखा है. वहाँ पे जब अभी लोग कहते हैं ज़ैद नहीं पुकारते हैं, बाबा शेख पुकारते हैं अभी वहाँ मेरी अपनी भी.
So I think it was about leading by example.
Leading by example, and he was also he always believed in giving opportunity to everyone, be it a trader from a different country who arrived here, or anyone who wants to live in this country and wants to build something here. He gave them the opportunity, and he made sure that the whole he would be provided what he needs to build and to develop, and And as a result, our country reached this level because of the foundations that were set by the policies and the ideas that Sheikh Zayed had, and the vision he had for this country of not only being, not only like cooperation. He strongly believed in cooperation and how cooperation can help everyone benefit. And also another result of this is that most of the population here in the United Arab Emirates is around 9 million or 10 million.
Yeah.
It's 10 million who are not people who came here most of the time. They were not originally here. And the locals here are around 1 million. And this is the fruit of this vision of cooperation and coexistence.
I was reading somewhere that all the fruits that we're reaping came from seeds that once Sheikh Zayed planted.
True.
That's something nice I read. When you were growing up, is it like, regardless of emirate, in Emirati households, you hear about stories of Sheikh Zayed? Are there any stories that you've heard growing up about him?
I think most of the people, we were taught about Sheikh Zayed in school. Like even before he passed away, we were taught about how his diplomacy and how his long-term vision for the United Arab Emirates helped unite the country into being one nation. And it's a very difficult task to do because most of the nations or other nations who were united as a country, they were not able to continue with this unity. However, with Sheikh Zayed's diplomacy and with his patience, he was very patient whenever there was a issue. Like this is one of the things that we were taught about, is that he was very patient with any obstacles or challenges that he came across. And basically that helped the long-term vision.
Yeah, there's a video that's been circulating on social media that no one's talked about, but when Sheikh Zayed went to England and everyone got up to welcome the Queen, he didn't get up.
Yeah, I saw that video, but I think he
real?
was the guest at the time, so
yeah.
usually the guest wouldn't. I don't recall. I saw the video, but I don't recall what was why was everyone standing up and he wasn't standing up. But I think maybe because he was the guest at the time. I don't know.
Okay, pretty interesting. I found it interesting.
Do you know the reason why he?
No, it's not explained, but I found it very interesting. I found it very cool. Okay. In Emirati culture, what are the different styles of kandura? So this is the kandura what you're wearing.
Yeah.
But is it like every emirate has a different pattern? If you're in Dubai Mall, can you spot which Emiratis from which? Really?
Yeah. So basically, this is the official dress code. This is the Emirati style kandura. This is the considered official one. But at the same time, there are different styles which were inspired from other countries in the region, such as the Qatari one and the Kuwaiti one. Some people from certain emirates wear them. Traditionally, a lot of people who were using the Qatari kandura used to wear it in Dubai, or people from Dubai used to wear the Qatari style. And the people maybe in Sharjah or Ras Al Khaimah, they would wear this Kuwaiti style. But overall, now it became all based on preference. Like you can be in Sharjah wearing Kuwaiti style, or you can be in. It's not. Now it became part of preference, but this is the official one. Like as the official dress code of the country, this is the official one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you call the?
This is the Qatra. And this is the Agal, and this is the Gahfiya.
Yeah.
And this is the more formal official style. And then there's the other one where we would only wear the Qatra as a asama. We tie it up. I don't know if you've seen it, but I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
It's more casual, more less formal.
Yeah, in government offices, they wear the formal thing.
Yeah, this is the formal style, most of the time.
Yeah, but online I've seen casual is okay, without the Qatra. Okay. And I'm Indian, I have to ask, what's with the perfume, man? In Dubai Mall, if I cross an Emirati for a mile away, I can do this joke. I mean, there's a rule of comedy, okay? Anyone else does it, it's offensive. But anyway,
So basically, I think it's more of a cultural or a traditional type of style of wearing perfume So people like to layer different perfumes, and also they would usually, before they would put on any perfume, they would put on bukhur or oud. So I don't know if you've seen it, but it's basically where they would bring a charcoal and then put a natural oud on the charcoal, and then the smoke, they would put it on their kandora or the abaya. And then after that, they would spray perfume, and then maybe spray another perfume on their ghatra or hada. And then they would also apply oud. So they're layering different types of perfume, and then it creates this strong smell.
Okay.
Like it's a statement.
And
you know?
all of you love it.
Yeah, most of the time. Yeah. Unless it's done in summer, then it stinks.
Okay. So you said Baba Zayed instilled the values of equality, hospitality, and these kind of things. But Zeus is always very common right now on social media. So I just want you to touch upon the Emirati version of Zeus's law.
Okay, so I would consider the Emirati version of the Zeus law is that anyone who comes here to the country and to the United Arab Emirates, and be it for business or be it to live or be it as that they might be escaping difficulties everywhere, they are considered as guests in this country, and they are respected as guests for as long as they stay here. And that's why, like, even people, we have to, like, as part of our culture and tradition, is regardless of who the person is, what his background is, what his religion is, we don't really care about that. He's a guest in our country, and we respect him regardless.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a thing called, I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Al-Ayala and Yaula.
Yeah.
People don't know, but there's traditional Emirati dancing.
Yeah. So there are two types of traditional dances, Al-Ayala and I think I forgot the other one at the spot. Al-Ayala and
Yaula, and you had, I think, Harbiya.
Al-Ayala and Al-Harbiya, yeah, exactly. So they are mostly ceremonial dances, which are usually done on weddings or celebrations, and they different from style to style by the way, like by the type of songs they sing, and the way they play around with the.
Are there Emirati songs that are just Emirati songs?
Yeah, there's a lot of Emirati poetry, like.
Sheikh Zayed was a poet as well.
Yeah, he was a poet. And there's a lot of Emirati poetry and Emirati singers, and but even like the Emirati, there's an interesting thing is the dialect. The Emirati dialect is different than other countries in the region. Every country
Kuwait,
has
Bahrain,
a dialect.
Saudi,
Yeah. And sometimes it's hard for them to understand what we're saying, and sometimes it's hard for us to understand what they're saying. But there is a common dialect that we usually use.
Oh,
yeah.
So you both will switch into standard Arabic.
Tone it down a bit so that we understand each other.
Okay. What are some of the benefits that Emiratis get from the government? People are very, interested in that apparently.
So as Emiratis, we are very grateful to be having different types of benefits such as healthcare, education,
Land.
Land, if you fit a criteria. For example, if you are married and have children, and you don't have a house, then you are. Like if you fit that
if
criteria,
you don't have a house, then.
If you're a single person, then you don't need. They wouldn't grant you a land, and also they would sometimes give that person a loan, interest free. Construction loan, interest free, and it's like a 30 or 25-year loan to build a house.
But even as an Emirati, personally speaking, you're also still interested in the freehold areas,
true.
Where the interesting things are happening with government developers and.
Because it's always an opportunity. Most of the people who are investing here are coming from abroad to invest in these freehold property. Yeah. So we see the value, we see the opportunity in these types of real estate properties, and it's an investment for a lot of us. Yeah.
Okay. Before I move on to the next section, I just want to ask, when Sheikh Zayed passed away, I think you must have been 6-7 years old?
Yeah, around 6 years old. It was the year 2004, and he had been it was the year 2004, and The year was 2004, and he passed away. And it was a very sad day for the whole
nation.
For the whole nation and for the whole country. And I even think at that time there was a public leave for all of the students and all of the government and companies and private, and like became a public mourning leave. And a lot of people stayed home just to see the funeral proceedings on TV. And I think you can see it on YouTube now. It was like a lot of world leaders were coming here, and but it was a very sad day for the nation.
Yeah. What was also the relationship between Sheikh Zayed and Sheikh Rashid?
So Sheikh Zayed, and let me also give you more information. Who is Sheikh Zayed? Sheikh Zayed is the father of the ruler of Abu Dhabi. He used to rule Abu Dhabi and used to rule the whole Emirates. And Sheikh Rashid is the father of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, the current ruler of Dubai. So both of them came up with the idea that instead of having 7 Emirates separated by borders and separated by different laws and different regions, they decided, Sheikh Rashid and Sheikh Zayed came up with the idea that it would be better for us to unite as one and be one single country. So they were the ones who initiated this idea, and their efforts were the ones, like they really put in the effort and the diplomacy required to bring in such unity.
Yeah. Is this history taught in school or at home?
It's taught in school and at home. Like it's
both.
Yeah, it's both. But I think I would use this opportunity to tell anyone that would like to know more about this history. The Zayed National Museum. It's a recent museum which was opened like 1 year ago in Abu Dhabi. But it's a very great, informative museum for everyone who wants to learn more about how the country was established, the diplomacy involved, how it was a struggle. It was a very difficult process for them to do it. But it's a very great museum. I recommend everyone to visit it.
So it was their collaboration.
Yeah.
And then the formation of the country coincided with the discovery of oil. Or was it after?
Oil was discovered 6 or 7 years earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It wasn't. They decided to unite after the discovery of oil.
Okay.
Yeah, this is also taught in school. Yeah, when was the first barrel of oil discovered?
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was, I think, in Das Island. It's an island called Das.
Yeah.
DAS, and that was the first oil discovery.
Oh, so that was late 60s.
1964. Yeah. 1964.
Oh, okay. And the formation.
From 64. Okay.
Okay. And the formation of the country was
1971.
71.
December 2, 1971, which also coincides with the National Day.
Yeah. And it was Sheikh Zayed who decided that the wealth is not the oil, it's the people.
Yeah.
And he's the one who wanted the hospitals, the schools, the roads, amazing housing.
Yeah. Because Sheikh Zayed believed that oil is a resource, and like any other resource, it can finish.
Yeah.
But the true investment is investing in the people, investing in the education, investing in health, investing in the country as a whole. And this investment, like if it's this investment will never go away.
Yeah, we'll go to the next section now, which is how do Emiratis view expats? I've heard there are minor culture clashes.
I think, like, as I mentioned previously, that whoever comes to this country, we are obliged to treat them with respect, regardless of who they are, or their name, or their wealth, or their how. We treat them with respect, regardless. And we are obliged to do that by our culture and our tradition. And most importantly, like, there are laws to put everyone in place in society and respect people from different nationalities. Even the same things applies to us. Yani. Like, we have to treat each other with respect. And we also view the expat, like people from different. I don't like the word expat. I feel it's.
Now we're Emirati. Well, now we're two Emiratis sitting and talking.
Yeah. So guests, let's call them guests.
Yeah.
So we are obliged to, like, we view them as people who helped us carry this country.
Guests leave. I'm not leaving.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm
exactly. Okay, then maybe we should think of another one.
Yeah. But okay. Before we move on to the clash bit, I just want to say 2-3 years ago, there was a post on Love in Dubai about someone complaining about the overcrowding in the metro. Okay. And there were some racist comments in the comment section. And I saw a lot of Emiratis fought back against those racist comments. And that just touched my heart. So I just want to bring that out. But what are some things you wish the other cultures like sort of took care of while they're in your country?
I think sometimes cultural expectations or cultural norms differ. And sometimes there are minor clashes. Like between, like for example, in malls, whenever you go to Dubai Mall or any other public mall, you would see signs, please dress modestly or please dress appropriately as per the local culture. And sometimes...
as per international culture. I haven't seen anyone wearing bikinis in the UK inside a mall. Outside, yes, but...
So I don't know why it happens here, but this is where the clash happens.
I think here everyone wants to make videos. So it's not a cultural thing. I think it's a video thing. Or sorry, social media thing.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think this is where the culture clash happens. But at the same time, like we don't feel in a place to be telling other people,
really?
Go change your... it should come... We should put more effort into informing them and letting them know. Yeah, but I don't think... like whenever I would see something like that, I wouldn't personally go to confront them or speak to them.
That's what I've noticed. Emiratis are very chilled out. So because they're chilled out, we shouldn't abuse it. Like Zeus's law in the Odyssey. We shouldn't abuse someone's hospitality. That's it. What do you think is the role of the people who come here and work here, the expats or the immigrants or whatever you want to call them?
I think they are strategic partners in this country. As I mentioned, like none of this country, none of the stuff that was built here and
the success
here couldn't have been without people coming in to live here and work here. So it's like a bond that has to be like going on to the future. They have to like it's a strong strategic bond that has to continue for this success to continue. As I mentioned, 90% of the population is people from different places living here peacefully and making a living here. So it's very important. Like it's very important to, like it wouldn't have been successful without them. That's what I would like to say.
I look at it like an experiment, social experiment. This country, because everyone's living here peacefully. And when you look at the UK, it's a similar situation. They've also got a lot of immigrants. The difference is you guys actually check and you have a system. Everyone's fingerprints are there. Everyone's got a visa. Everyone's got a purpose to come. You can't just come for no reason because they're not getting benefits. They're getting opportunity to work and contribute to the economy. And it's I've never felt like the Emiratis don't value that.
Yeah, we truly value it very much.
And that's not the case in the UK. So interesting that both experiments are different, but they're the same thing. Apparently, you need a visa to go to India.
I just found out recently. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why.
Right now, we don't need a visa to come.
Yeah, but why?
It was just but Emiratis need a visa to enter. Interesting. Okay, what do you like more, Indian food or Emirati food?
Okay, so it's a lot of similarities between them. Like a lot of the spices in Emirati food are Indian.
Yeah.
And also a lot of the dishes here in the UAE are inspired by other dishes in India.
Yeah.
Like there is the biryani. It's in India and it's also here.
You have Emirati biryani as well?
We have a machboos. It's like biryani but way less spices, way less...
I've had it,
Yeah, I tried it. Yeah, this is the... And also, the Emirati biryani, but it's less...
Mandi is not biryani?
No, mandi is not an Emirati dish.
Okay.
Yeah. It's from other countries in the region, but I think maybe they twisted it and brought it here, but it's not one of the original dishes here. Yeah.
So Emiratis also like Indian food as well?
Yeah, very much. It's part of the culture. What is your favorite Emirati dish?
I've just had the Emirati breakfast once, and that was very. I felt like it was too healthy, so I didn't like it. But it was, but it was good. It was good. Yeah.
You know, also I think like a lot of the restaurants, it's very hard for them to, like the major Emirati dishes are better cooked at home. It's hard for a restaurant to commercialize it into a dish. So even when they do it, they don't. It's not good enough.
Okay. What are some stereotypes about Emiratis? I'll start. All of them are rich. They have amazing cars and palaces, and but they don't know that Emiratis love the old Lexus sedans.
So
is that true? What car do you drive?
It's a true stereotype. It's a true stereotype that, I mean, it exists, but not every Emirati is rich, of course. Like any other nation, there are people who are extremely rich, and it's people who are
middle class,
and so on. So it's not a true stereotype, and maybe this is what the media portrays it to be, that everyone is rich, everyone is but that's not true.
But you're doing well, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay. There's another stereotype that Emiratis don't want to work, and that's why companies don't hire them, that they think Emiratis are lazy. What do you say about that?
I think this is a very incorrect type of
problematic
stereotype. Idea and stereotype. Like we live in a region where a lot of the jobs here can be replaced or outsourced for way cheaper. And I think companies use that as an excuse instead of hiring people who are living here, and they use it as an excuse to outsource this. But I don't think it's true. It's absolutely incorrect. And a lot of Emiratis I've met, and I'm sure you've also met, are very hardworking and put in the effort.
I've only heard the stereotype, but the Emiratis I've met are like either business owners or even if you go to the government offices, they greet you with a smile and they want to help you. It's the complete opposite of what you hear. You know,
companies will always find excuses to cut costs.
Okay. All Emiratis work for the government.
That's also not true. A lot of them are working in the private sector. First of all, around 10% of the population, of the working population. A lot of them are business owners. A lot of them are either not working or freelancing, but that's not true. That's not. Maybe it was true at a certain period of time, and there was a large portion, but nowadays it's. The government is actually pushing people to work in the private sector, and they have announced a lot of programs,
incentives, and
incentives for encouraging people to work in the private sector and learn from the private sector.
So you're actually the second Emirati business owner I've got here. It was first one was Ali, and then the second one is you. So there's plenty of, I think, plenty of good people, bad people, hardworking, lazy in all nationalities.
True.
Yeah, but you can't stereotype people like this. Also, another stereotype is you guys love overpriced coffees. All of Al Wasl Road, Jumeirah Road, and then I see it in the Y Mall. All of these coffee shops and sweet shops and dessert.
I'm not sure about
you guys love desserts.
Yeah, sweet tooth. A lot of people have a sweet tooth for.
Americanos.
I think also like diabetes is very
high.
It's very high. But overpriced coffees depends on the person.
Okay. Also, this one is true. Emiratis don't let you pay.
Yeah, if you're a guest and it's the first time, of course not.
Yeah, in my first meeting with you, I went, because as soon as it ended, I went out for a smoke because I had to smoke. But then by that time, he paid. So I'm very angry about it. Okay. There was a reason you got into real estate, right? With the program that the government had about real estate. Yeah.
So before, like around 2 years or 3 years ago, there was a program announced by the Dubai Land Department. And the purpose of the program was called the National Broker Program. And the purpose of the program was to encourage more local brokers to enter the market. And basically, the Dubai Land Department saw an opportunity And the gap that there was a lot of the real estate market was booming, but there were not enough local brokers in the market.
Yeah.
So they encouraged a lot of us, and they gave us a training and developed our skills in the real estate market.
Yeah.
And they pushed us into being part of the real estate brokerage.
I think if anyone's watching this in the market, you should know that whatever benefits or whatever opportunities we have is because of the government, and it's our responsibility to uplift our Emirati brothers as well, and promote them and make sure they are doing well as their country.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, the situation. What are your thoughts on the safety?
I think overall,
wait, were you here when 28th of Feb? Were you here?
Yeah, I was here. We were here for most of the time. However, 3 days or 4 days into the situation, I had a ticket booked for Saudi Arabia. And I said, if it gets cancelled, I'm not going to go. But if it doesn't...
not to escape, because Saudi Arabia also was in the same situation.
Of course not to escape. It was I had it booked earlier for a visit to Saudi Arabia. So I wasn't sure if I should go or stay home or... but I think it was 6 or 7 March. But at that time, 6 or 7 March, everything was completely normal. All flights were operational, and even the airline refused to cancel the ticket. And why do you cancel it? There's nothing going on. It's all hype on the media. So overall, safety has been a number one priority, and gratefully we were not impacted the way that it was shown in the media very negatively. That wasn't the case. And I'm sure the economic impact, there was some sort of economic impact, but it's still minimal compared to
negativity sells. That's why. So how were you feeling? Because this is but this is not the actually, how do I frame this? The first time something like this has happened, but we have seen regional tensions before. Okay, how did you feel? Because I felt offended, or I felt wrong about it, in the sense that what a beautiful place. Don't do this to such a great place. How did you feel when this happened? Did you feel angry that this is happening?
To a small extent, I felt a bit disappointed. And why are we going? Why do we have to do this? Our country has been a great beacon for diplomacy and safety. But at the same time, I felt very safe and comfortable, and it's not even something that kept coming up in my head. That why is this happening? I forgot that this I how can I say this? But I wouldn't. I was so safe and comfortable, and most of my friends were very safe that it's nothing worth to acknowledge that.
We were all actually chilling.
We
were all going to the same coffee shops.
Exactly, that's the point.
Okay. You remember the video that came out in the UK media of that lady crying, and how did you feel about that? The exaggeration that you saw on the news, because you're on the ground, you're seeing something else, and then you're seeing how the media is portraying it. How does it make an Emirati feel how other countries are portraying your country?
Well, in that case, that people were fleeing, and there's this security extraction service. It felt very ridiculous and funny because we were there. I'm sure you were also there. And it was very over-exaggerated, overhyped, and basically I was disappointed in that people have to do all that to get the views they need. I mean, you could have done anything better than having to create and fake drama just to get the views. So this was my take on it.
During this time, what I actually learned from this time was we have some amazing leaders. And because growing up, I wanted selfies with actors and all that, But as you grow up, you want the people I like has now changed, and I don't want to get their names wrong, but I would now want to get selfies with Her Excellency Reem Hashemi. I think she calmed down an entire nation and then Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed, who's our foreign minister. Yeah. He predicted what was going to happen to Europe like 10 years ago. Then obviously Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed. I'm supposed to say His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed. Yeah. And then of course His Highness Sheikh Mohammed. And what are your thoughts on them? Like when an Emirati sees their leaders, like, and in this situation, how are you guys dealing with what's happening?
I think it it brings us a great source of pride.
Yeah.
And having leaders like Sheikh Mohammed and Sheikh Abdullah, that makes us very happy and blessed and grateful for us to be living under this leadership. Yeah. Because we've seen how things turned out in different countries during conflicts and
not even conflicts, COVID.
Yeah,
they ran out of toilet paper in other countries.
Yeah. So I think like the way they deal with challenges and opportunities, it's very
fascinating to watch.
Fascinating, yeah.
Yeah.
So we are very grateful for having them as leaders, and we are very happy to have them.
You remember the video that came out of Sheikh Mohammed going, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed in the malls during the conflict?
Yeah. I think it was
leading by example.
Yeah, leading by example, and to also counter any exaggeration by people done. And we need an extraction. So our leaders were in the malls. They were enjoying. They were having a great time. Yeah. It proves that this media that was portraying as we are portraying the way that we are under pressure or the situation is not safe, it was all false.
Yeah.
What was your experience doing this?
It's like all of us expats come to this country for opportunity and work, and most of us have seen bad things in our own countries. So we sort of assess and see, and the big realization or the light bulb moment was, how is this country still better in this situation than my home country? How does the people commenting online, or the people the news media, people getting beaten up at protests don't get to comment about this country situation. So there are people right now getting beaten up in India for protests. Same thing goes for every weekend or every other weekend there's a protest, and it's like, I think you guys don't get to comment on this guy. That's how I thought. And because that's the realization, right? How further ahead are you that when you start comparing, I don't want to go back to my country, man. Like, I can't breathe there. At least I can breathe here, or things like anything you want to do, there's corruption there. Forget the taxes. To get anything sorted, any relationship or transaction you have with the government is problematic in our country, and slow. It's the opposite here. If you want to own properties back home, or there's no business left, I feel like. Because you really have to be that smart, shrewd sort of street smart businessman in these countries to survive. And here it's so straightforward that if you're just a simple person, you'll make money here as well.
True. If you put in the energy and the effort, and if you put in the effort, you'll eventually make it. You don't need any. As you mentioned, like the system is there and built to help you succeed.
And then I met people who are right now moving from India and the UK and still considering, like, I'm talking about 1 month into the conflict, 30 days, 45 days in. And I asked them, like, why are you not scared? Like, you're thinking about moving right now with your kids? And they said, back home is worse. And I thought, like, how bad do... So I guess the right way to put this is, as long as the other countries are bad, we'll be fine. As long as the leadership in the other countries is like not paying attention, and the leadership here is paying attention.
I think we are we need to be very grateful for this. Like as you mentioned, different countries have
different issues.
It's different issues. So we shouldn't take this for granted.
Yeah.
The opportunity given to us,
Yeah.
given to everyone living here.
Because people living in those countries have now learned to live with them, with it, okay? But now that I've lived here for 10 years, I can't go back. So that's the thing. All right, we'll talk about real estate.
Okay.
How is it owning your own company? How was the process? Why did you open your own company? What were you doing before?
So before we started our own company, we were part of a partner company under the National Broker Program that was taking in a lot of these local brokers coming into the market and providing them with the training and basically equipping them to be competent enough to go out on the market. And it was a great opportunity for us to learn, but we felt that we reached the point that we had to continue like
by
ourselves and go ahead and we started our own company. The process was very smooth of starting your own company. I'm not sure if you know about the website Invest in Dubai. Have you ever used it? So it's basically a website. Like nowadays, you don't need to even go to the office or the government office to start up a business. So we just went in, Invest in Dubai, put in our details, put in our broker cards and certificates, and we were able to establish a company. Yeah.
Very cool. Okay. Yeah, my sister takes care of all this. I don't do this. Okay. What is your target audience?
So one of the reasons why I'm doing content in English is because I saw a gap in the market.
Yeah.
Is that English-speaking brokers usually target English-speaking audiences, and local brokers usually target local customers. So I felt that there was a gap there, that there was not many local brokers or real estate advisors, I would say, targeting international customers. So this is my target.
Okay, so there is a definite gap. And I think the good thing is they're not going to run away. Like after selling to you, they can't run away to their home countries because they sold something wrong.
That's also true. And I think similar to any industry, it's I think locals should be a part of it. And similar to how other people from different countries have an advantage of some sort, we also have an advantage of some sort.
Look at his face, so trustable. Yeah, okay. And your target audiences are people who speak English and who are new to Dubai?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
International markets, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Who are your favorite developers?
So my favorite developers are the ones that are very transparent and very opaque with their clients, and they have very good customer service. So I wouldn't name a specific developer, though. But usually the ones who are very straightforward, they don't play any games. Those are the best.
For example, government developers.
Government-backed developers are one of them.
Yeah, of course he loves government developers. But also some private developers are some of them are very straightforward, and they don't give you a hard time. Yeah.
Like they have fantastic customer service whenever a customer or a client orders purchases a property through them. They wouldn't give him a hard time. Whereas other developers, they would make his life very difficult.
Actually, I have an interesting one for you. You are, since you're a GCC or Emirati, you can buy anything. Anything on the map you can purchase. Yeah. Would you prefer buying something in Wadhwa, for example, or Jumeirah over freehold? Because everything is an option for you. It's not an option for.
So investors have a certain strategy, especially GCC investors or local investors, is that they would buy in places where only GCC and locals can own, and they would rent those properties, and the rent is the same as the freehold place.
Yeah.
So, but the difference is that the prices there are lower.
Oh, because it's a smaller market.
Yeah, it's not a freehold.
Yeah.
So they would get higher returns on investment. So
that is interesting.
It's a good strategy, but this is if you're relying on return on rental returns and not
appreciation, and liquidity is low. Okay,
Yeah.
so liquidity is low, and then you can sell those leasehold areas, leasehold properties to Saudi people as well.
Saudi?
Like all GCCs.
Yeah. All people from the GCC, Saudi, Qatar,
Yeah.
Kuwait, yeah.
Okay,
Bahrain.
interesting, very interesting.
So, yeah.
What are your thoughts on the unethical stuff that's happening in the market? Do you want to comment on it?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of unethical stuff that is happening, and like
Because it's the gray area where it could be legally allowed, but it's
Yeah.
not nice.
yeah, sometimes it's done like in every market. There's the good side, and then there's the unethical side. So sometimes there's unethical stuff done by developers. Sometimes there's unethical stuff done by brokers. Sometimes
By buyers.
Buyers also do unethical kickbacks, for example. It's
Yeah.
So I
Do
think
they ask you for kickbacks as well? Has someone asked you for kickbacks? They have the courage to come
sometimes
and ask.
I never had. Alhamdulillah, I never had. But I wouldn't. Yani, like if like I think anyone who asks for a kickback, they should really trust the broker they're asking that to do.
Yeah.
First of all, it's unethical. But what if the broker
Illegal
decides-
as well.
It's illegal, yeah. What if the broker
Doesn't
like
even-
if you're working with a broker and he agrees to give you a kickback, you should question that broker. He's
Yeah.
not a broker you should work with.
Okay. So, what are your suggestions for developers? Because my suggestion, like I want to make this a thing. I want to promote developers to give priority allocations and housing to first-time home buyer program plus Emiratis. So, is that something that you also support?
I think that first-time home buyer initiative should be applied
Across. Yeah.
And also for the certain developers that are very as I mentioned, some of those developers and some of how they play some games with the clients and with contracts and SPAs, and I think it's time for you guys to step up your game. And be transparent, be very opaque, and this is how you'll be able to continue as a business. If you're not transparent and you're not, you would eventually not succeed.
Yeah. So what's happening I'll give you an example. In Spain, a lot of the British people who want to retire in Spain have taken up the coastal properties, and Spanish citizens spit in their coffee and ask them to get out of their country. And that's how bad the cost of living has gotten in Spain. So to avoid situations like this, as a society, as the developer, you need to ensure that Emiratis, people who live here, first-time home buyer program, everyone has access to properties so that they have housing here for long-term connection to the land.
100%. I think developers should prioritize people who are living here and consider this place as home, and then the other categories, which are international investors. And 100%, I agree.
Sharjah since you're from Sharjah,
so
Sharjah real estate, like, do you want to break it down?
So the thing is, Sharjah real estate is it's like it only recently had freehold.
2022.
Yeah, it's recent. I think if you're a GCC. From the GCC, then you would have a lot of great opportunities in Sharjah. But for most of the people, their opportunities are limited to
freehold areas.
Properties.
Yeah.
But for example, if you're also there are new projects which are freehold properties which are industrial areas. Like you know how in Dubai most of them are leasehold.
Yeah.
In Sharjah they are actually selling freehold industrial.
Like warehouses?
Yeah, warehouses,
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a bit far outside the city.
Yeah.
But it's...
very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah.
Also, another thing is that in Sharjah, a lot of there are certain areas where it's not only for locals and GCCs, it's also for people from Arab nationalities.
Oh.
So there is freehold, then...
Arabs
and Gulf and this category. And then there is Gulf and GCC.
So, wait, so there is... freehold, and then there is Arabs from Lebanon, Syria.
Yeah, any Arab nation.
And then there is only GCC.
Yeah. So it's
3 levels.
Yeah, 3 levels.
Okay. But someone from abroad, for example, expat can purchase, or international investor can buy Silicon Oasis leasehold. Can they buy these at all or no?
Uh,
These leasehold areas that you mentioned, the two
Yeah.
in Sharjah.
To be honest, I think they can't. They can only buy in freehold areas.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think about the future of the market and the country and Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Ras Al Khaimah? Long topic.
I think
Because you've seen it grow.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but
So-
you were born in 2000?
No, before that.
99.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you've really seen it grow.
Yeah. So when we were kids, like basically in school, we were seeing the Burj Khalifa under construction. It was. We've seen the city. Like there was no downtown. Or It was a desert, and you had Burj Khalifa under construction in the middle.
Wait, so you know how outsiders, like BBC and all that, there was some offensive things they said before this all became a thing. But because everyone thought it's crazy, right? Palm, Burj. But the average Emirati watching all this on the news, did they think this is crazy? Is this going to happen or not? Like, what did you guys think back in those days?
I think it was. We thought it was impressive, but we were excited to see it happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
And eventually,
there was no doubt.
No, there was no doubt that it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
We're seeing it in our eyes under construction. It's being built in front of our eyes. So it's only a matter of time.
Yeah. Okay. So you never really needed confirmation or proof that something happens, builds. You always thought if the government's behind it, they will do it.
Like I mean, like even some certain projects, even if even some like certain projects are don't always succeed, but most of the time we have faith and we trust the vision, the long-term vision, that 90% or 99% of them will do succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the sentiment was different outside of Dubai and the UAE about what's happening with Palm and Burj Khalifa back in 2002, 3, 4 compared to here. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they were they might have believed that it's all a glam and it's not gonna happen or it's not gonna. But
not you guys. You never thought.
No, we trusted the vision. We've seen the country from
even earlier. Yeah.
Even earlier from where it was to where it became. So it was just a part of the process.
Also, the stereotype about you guys being rich. Do you remember your ancestors, like grandfather? Do you have those stories, like what they used to do?
So most of the people from like back in the day, they used to be either pearl traders or seamen, and they were also people who used to grow palm date trees. The palm tree. So they were usually farmers. So
Sheikh Zayed was also very interested in environmental preservation, agriculture, and I saw a clip about him. People were climbing the date trees and they were high. So he called the Minister of Agriculture to say, don't plant high trees because when people climb, they might fall. So plant lower date trees. That's very interesting.
So a lot of, like even back then, pre-1971, before oil, a lot of them were
farmers, pearl traders,
fishermen, and they were like sustaining their lives on this the trades.
There was no money. There was.
I think
was food like difficult.
I think
because I've heard very interesting stories as well.
To be honest, I wouldn't be able to give a accurate answer because I'm not sure. But I think most of the time they were able to sustain. They were able to survive. It wasn't. What do they like? They were relying either on fish and trading pearls, or they had
farming.
Dates.
Dates.
Even maybe food was limited, but it wasn't non-existent.
For sure. No, I don't mean that, but everyone came from humble backgrounds. That's why you don't. That's humility is so important in the culture.
Exactly.
Which is the opposite of what you see about Dubai online.
True. True. And also, we are always, and we take that into consideration that the United Arab Emirates was not always like this. We started from scratch, and the leaders of this country envisioned building it over time. But it was not always a place of big towers and big. It was built little by little, step by step, until we eventually reached here over a short period of time.
Yeah. Actually, to add to the culture conversation, I forgot to bring up that all of you have to go into military, right?
Yeah, yeah. It was a law that was established in 2014, and every male
Has to go.
is an Emirati national. Yeah, they have to go to military training, and it's called national service.
Yeah, you did it as well.
Yeah, we did it in 2021, and I was lucky enough that as part of my service, we had to.
So during COVID.
Yeah, during COVID, towards the end of the lockdown period.
Yeah.
But we were lucky that a large part of my national service was done in Expo 2020. So we were working in the operations of Expo.
Yeah.
It was a great experience.
Oh, good. So that's why I think we don't pay any taxes. We don't, a lot of us don't even respect the culture in Dubai Mall. But the least you can do is uplift and promote and support our Emirati friends here. So this, that was the idea of the podcast, and also to let people know about the history and culture and the spirit of the UAE comes from that comes from Sheikh Zayed, Baba Zayed, for everyone, for outsiders included.
And I wanted to ask you, since you have the outsider perspective on Emirati culture, what is something that always fascinates you?
Everyone's scared of Emiratis. I was never scared. Okay. There's this one Emirati friend I have, because I know I keep getting into trouble, okay, with the authorities. But then it's always an Emirati that helps me as well. So I've never
Why
been.
Is everyone scared? What's?
Because I think when people come from the outside, there was another video. I'll put it up, but of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed walking in the mall, and some Indian auntie, okay, she walks straight past him without realizing what she's doing, okay. It's and then he stopped his security, let her pass, and I think that's such a beautiful thing. But I think you don't have to be scared. You just have to be respectful towards each other.
And we are approachable most of the time.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to start a conversation, feel free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've also noticed the same thing. And the Emirati friend I have, because I've gotten into trouble multiple times, not just this year, but I keep getting into trouble. And then the way he speaks to me and my dad, and he treats my dad like his own dad, and it's very respectful. And I was not expecting that. But the close bond that outsiders have with Emiratis, now with both Emiratis. Just not on the passport, but people need to know about it. People don't need to be scared, and just be respectful towards each other is very easy.
Yeah.
And that's the social experiment that this country is.
Of course.
Yeah. Because when I see leading by example, right? So when I see things like that, like what His Highness did, or things like the temple in Abu Dhabi, or things like Abrahamic family house where there's a synagogue, mosque, church, all in one place. And then I see what's happening outside in the UK or in India or in Australia. And then I see, this is a very precious experiment that we all, it feels like this is the only place where people get along. Everywhere else there's violence or problems or protests, or nobody's focused on work and there's no vision.
Yeah, as I mentioned that, we are very, we need to not take this for granted.
Yeah.
It's a blessing that we are.
Think about it. The UK has changed prime ministers like underwear. Underwear. They're going through them Monday, Tuesday. So.
And that's another thing is that here it's stable. You don't have to.
Yeah.
It's a long-term. It's a long-term strategy and a successful long-term strategy where nothing is changing always, and testing, as you mentioned, social experiment. It's one effective social experiment and not one after the other where constant change.
Yeah. And I can also see that because when I spoke to Amin, Legal Rad, he said how a law is written down, then passed, and then the government checks how is it being received. So I've seen that automatically you don't need to you can tell the government your thoughts on this thing or that thing, and then the government, if they're also experimenting, so they will, if they've done something and it didn't work, they'll pull it back and they'll do it another way.
Yeah, that's true. It's very like
feedback is there.
Yeah, flexible, whereas you don't have to go through a long, very process to update.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the countries, they have laws from 100 years ago, and they still have to apply it today.
They keep editing
the
laws, and they also check how is it being taken by the people living.
True.
Yeah. I also heard a story about, I don't know if this is about His Highness Sheikh Mohammed or Sheikh Zayed, I forgot whose story this is, but there was an Emirati policeman who fined His Highness, and then he was very happy about it. He was happy that he's doing his job. I've heard that. Have you heard the story?
I haven't, but it could be true.
Yeah. Okay. I think I have heard more stories.
Maybe because it's like maybe the perspective you have is different.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot like some like most of the stories are true, but you can always double check it. We'd happy to let you know.
Yeah, but I think it's when outsiders come here or expats come here and they see how the countries run, it's very surprising, and people who don't live here will not understand because the general sentiment of all countries, okay? Where are you from, bro? I think you can tell us. It's a very normal thing to distrust and hate the government because everyone's corrupt. Yeah, anything you want to do, you have to pay someone. You know how we buy real estate in India? You have to bribe an officer to let you know where the new road is coming in the city. This is how we invest. So if the road is coming there, I'll go buy the plot before people realize and the prices go up. And here, the government officially says, we have the airport coming here. We have the... You don't have to go bribe someone and ask, and the government will tell you, in the next 3 years, we'll have a new road connecting this. So so it's like...
And like also there's, like I heard that certain investors who want to invest in Dubai from India, they have to, like if they send in their money here, 45% of it is taxed.
20%, yeah.
20%.
At source. So if you want to send 1 million dirhams, if you have to send 1.2 or something to send 1 million. So that's, and then end of the year, you'll claim that tax back. Or whatever, you'll show expenses. The whole thing is a scam, by the way.
So there is a way to...
Yeah. But your money's stuck for like 1 year.
20% is stuck for 1 year.
Yeah. So if it's April, next April, you'll apply for it. And then you'll get it later or something like this. But the relationship with the government is bad everywhere else. And the kind of stuff I say online or social media is because my relationship with the government here is good. So I'm not scared. Why should I be scared of greedy, corporate, hungry developers? If the government's with me.
As long as you're not violating any laws.
Any laws, yeah. So it's
that's a very great,
yeah.
If you're not violating any law, you can do and feel free to do whatever you want.
Yeah, so that's the idea. You just have to know, because whoever I've met in the government said, forget the law. You shouldn't hurt yourself or anyone else. Don't harm anyone. That's all we care about.
True.
That's such a basic law to live by.
True, yeah. If you're not bringing any harm, more than...
Your company's name, by the way?
Hamlool Properties.
Huh?
Hamlool Properties.
How do you spell it?
HAMLOOL.
Hamlool.
Yeah.
You don't need the website. You don't.
But
his face is the trust.
Yeah.
Brand.
I usually use my personal real estate account to.
Yeah. How long did you take to learn real estate?
So.
How long would you say?
Officially 3 years, but before that I was like.
Yeah.
Since 7 or 8 years ago, we were very invested and. Learning about different areas.
When did you buy your first property?
2017.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you must have been 20 years old? 20, 21, 22.
Yeah. We usually don't disclose.
Yeah. You're very humble that all Emiratis.
Yeah.
That's why I don't disclose what I sell or what I buy. I don't talk about it online.
And I would tell you personally, but on social media, I wouldn't want to put it out there.
You don't put any just sold and this and that.
No.
I don't do it either.
Yeah. It's weird. I
is.
doubt it's true. Like I think it's a paid account where you just pay them for an ad and they would put just sold.
No, like if you've sold something, you wouldn't post it on your Instagram account, like, because first of all, I don't know why agents do this. Do you like paying alimony, like later on? But like, there's no reason to like post about your sales. If you start adding up everyone's just solds, it'll be more than how many units there are in the development.
True, and I think it's pointless.
Also, people
maybe some brokers see it as an achievement that they want to gain other people's trust,
but I would never be comfortable with someone being able to calculate how much money I'm making.
True, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and you're also like this,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
and it's I don't see how it serves me.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't see how it serves me, so I would never do something like that.
And the wealthiest people are the most private anyway.
Yeah, they wouldn't declare their assets or publicly to anyone on Instagram.
Or income
Never. They don't even, like they would build shell companies to
hide it.
So yeah.
All right. That was a very pleasant conversation. I had a lot of fun. And thank you so much for coming over. And I hope people will enjoy it as well.
It's my pleasure being here and talking about our country and our culture and our traditions and sending out a message about maybe some stuff that people were not aware about. And it's really a pleasure and honor to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
And see you soon.
Thank you.